Final call to wager on the late pick 4. $100,000 guarantee. Starter has called the Pacers. And it's post time for race 10. Preferred equine starting gate is moving for the field of 10 3-year-old Pacers. For $810,000, the Meadowlands Pace, the 50th anniversary of the Meadowlands Pace, sponsored by Genova Burns, and start of the late pick 4. 2 to 5 on the 2, Brandon Boulevard, the elimination winner. 7-2 action on the 7, Sweet Lovin' Lou. And the others in double figures here as we get set for race 10. The Meadowlands Pace 2026. Here they come. They're off, and Bookie J is first away in between horses with Lindy Dragon Water right there on the inside with Gentleman's Club. Toby or not Toby. They're 5-6 wide around the first turn. Toby or not Toby. Gentleman's Club challenges on the outside. A 3-wide sweep from Sweet Lovin' Lou is going for the lead. And the big favorite, Brandon Boulevard, in a tight spot there, fourth, and going up and after command. Melillo is racing fifth past the opening quarter. That's Al Papi going up sixth on the outside. And next is Lindy Dragon Water on the rail as they continue across the backstretch off a quarter of 26 3/5. And here comes the favorite, Brandon Boulevard, and Dexter Dunn will take over. Sweet Lovin' Lou back in the second spot now. Gentleman's Club on the inside, third. And parked out is Melillo, fourth on the outside, and gaining. A shuffle for Toby, not Toby. With live flow, that's Al Papi getting involved from the rear of the field. And Azrael Blue Chip gets underway as well. A shuffle for Toby, not Toby on the inside. Underway from the back of the pack is, as they pass the far turn and go on to three quarters, U Brute gets underway. 54-2 is that half mile. And it's Brandon Boulevard and Melillo stride for stride, slugging it out. Sweet Lovin' Lou in the pocket spot. Al Papi on the inside, third. Looking for racing room. Gentleman's Club on the inside with no racing room. And stacking to the outside, Azrael Blue Chip along with U Brute on the outside. Toby, not Toby, looking for racing room. 1:21-4 into the stretch of the Meadowlands Pace, and they're trying to swarm in on Brandon Boulevard, and off cover here comes Al Papi and Yannick Gingras. In between them is Melillo fighting hard. Brandon Boulevard almost there. Brandon Boulevard in a tight photo. Gentleman's Club was right there with Melillo and Al Papi, a 4-horse photo and a thriller. 148-1.
Oh, man, what a finish to the 50th edition of the Meadowlands Pace. It looks like Brandon Boulevard just held. But I tell you what, we might want to check with the judges.
Well, thankfully, they're showing the end of the race again here, and it looks like, Brandon Boulevard held on.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Al Papi got up for second there, and, Al Papi had a really nice cover trip. I think, all things considered, that race was a little closer than the connections of Brandon Boulevard would have liked at the wire.
No question. Melillo raced very well first over, dragging Al Papi into the race. And when Yannick Gingras tipped off cover, he had plenty. Here we go with the stretch drive again. There you see Brandon Boulevard on the lead from between rivals. It's Melillo. And on the far outside, here comes Al Papi. I don't know. I didn't think Brandon Boulevard was going to hold on, but he really just dug down deep. And here comes Gentleman's Club at the wire.
Yeah, Gentleman's Club kind of snuck through there. He had to wait for some room, to sneak through. But you know what? Give it to Brandon Boulevard. He held on. The fractions weren't crazy fast. 54-2 is a very reasonable half. 121 4 3/4 wasn't that fast either. You know what? At the end of the day, it looks like Brandon Boulevard got the job done. And, on the check, it's not going to say only won by a neck.
With a back half of 53 4/5 seconds under duress, Brandon Boulevard proves who's best in the 50th edition of the Meadowlands Pace. They win it for Andrew Harris, Punisher 11 Stable, and Dexter Dunn, the 5-time Dan Patch Driver of the Year, gets his first Meadowlands Pace.
Photo sign is up, 148-1. It's the 2, Brandon Boulevard, holding on. 8, Al Papi was second. 4, Gentleman's Club was third. And 5, Melillo was fourth. 2-8-4-5.